Hi everybody, welcome to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, and in this particular video I wanted to do kind of like a beginner's guide to the mini-map and general situational awareness in the multiplayer in Call of Duty, because there's lots of things on the HUD, on the screen, that can tell you what's happening around the map to give you a good idea of what you should then base your decisions on about where to go or where to stay, where to push, where to be aiming and that sort of thing. So the things you want to be thinking about and working on looking at in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 are obviously the mini-map in the top left hand corner. Also, on the compass right at the top, you'll see little red markers appear that tell you where the action is in the map as well. You get the little blue dots, which are where your friendlies are dotted around the map, and you get the little skulls where they've been killed. And then finally, you've got what you can hear through your ears, where the action's going on. So let's talk about the minimap in the top left hand corner. Now this is incredibly important, the minimap. And what you're looking for really on the minimap is where your friendlies are, so where the blues are, because the minimap will never give you a false positive about where people are on the minimap. So where the blue people are, that's where your friendlies are. If someone's got a UAV up, you'll see the red markers. So they will always be there. Now it will give you a false negative, which means that people may well be on the minimap running around that you can't see on the minimap. So if they're running Ghost, for example, and a UAV is up, you may well be able to see someone's teammates, but you won't be able to see them. But beyond that, what you're looking for on the minimap is you're looking for the arc where your friendlies are. So I know this is quite difficult to look at in a live gameplay, but if you look at the circle that the minimap, I know it's spinning around, but look where the blues are around the edge of it. Imagine you can't see the reds, because throughout this game our team seems to be really good at getting UAVs up, but imagine you can't see the reds. Now I know that the enemies are always going to be at the arc of the minimap where the blue bits aren't. And if the blue bits are kind of spread around, then I know the enemies could be anywhere. So I really need to be careful about listening out and watching for where they're coming around. And that's basically how you use how you can use the minimap. Now, as you get to used to where the maps are and the flow of the maps, then you can take this one step further. But every now and again, just look up at the top left hand corner, make a note of where the friendlies are, because that's like a safe area. And the enemies are going to be where the friendlies aren't, basically. But hopefully also by looking at this, you can kind of see how important things like getting UAVs and personal radars are, because all of a sudden you can see, knowledge is power, and as soon as you know where the enemies are, you can stay and wait for them. And when you hear noises, right, that's an enemy around you. Now, I said before, if you look at the compass is probably one of the most underutilized aspects of the UI in Call of Duty. And you'll get the little red markers appear, and they're telling you where enemies are firing. Now, when you come to watch this video on YouTube, it could be that the developers, Infinity Ward of Modern Warfare, have added to the minimap enemies that are firing. The way it used to work in Call of Duty was that if you fired your gun, you would appear on the minimap. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Because you could hear someone firing. This doesn't happen yet in Modern Warfare, but they're saying they're going to bring it in. For now, though, the way that if someone fires their gun, they become obvious to you beyond being able to hear them is by looking at the minimap, where those little red markers are appearing, and that tells you, right, that's where the action is, that's where people are firing. And if you combine that with looking at the minimap to the direction to which your teammates are pointing, then that again gives you a good idea, and you'll see their icons flash as well, which means they're firing as well. Now, as you're running around, you'll obviously see, the blue markers of where the friendlies are. I get myself terribly out of position in a minute, thinking there's some cover when there isn't. But you're also looking out for the kill skulls that you'll see dotted around. Now, they're really important because often you'll look at the mini-map and you'll think, right, that area is safe there. And there'll be no red markers, maybe. And then all of a sudden you'll see a kill skull of a friendly that's been killed. And you think, ooh, there's probably someone there who's running around with a suppressor on, so you can't hear them firing and they won't appear on the compass. Potato my aim on that one. And they've got themselves around in a nice, tasty flank, and they're running ghost so it doesn't appear on a UAV if someone's got a UAV up or a personal radar. So they're really important to spot that sort of thing, and then make a note of that, and then perhaps even react to it either by going, investigating and shooting them and killing them, or waiting for that person to come to you. In Modern Warfare 2019, the style of play where it's really stop, look and listen. I might even do a video called that, actually. The Green Cross Code. It's when you're going to make a move, stop for a second. Have a look at the mini-map. Have a look at the compass. Listen out, are there enemies around? Then you move forward to the position you need to be in order to engage the enemies next. Then you stop. Look at the mini-map. Look at the compass. Listen, see if there's anybody around. And then move on. It's always stop, look, listen, then move. Stop, look, listen, and then move. And if you kind of follow those basic rules, you'll find you should be able to move around the battlefield in quite a methodical and fairly safe way. But the thing that I really enjoy about Call of Duty Modern Warfare is that it does not necessarily completely reward that style of play, but it rewards it more than it used to in older Call of Duties that were much more run and gun. If you just run and gun around the map in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2020, chances are you're going to get shot because people hear you coming. So as I say, use that mini-map, use that compass, look out for the blue dots, look out for those kill markers, and just think about where you're going and then move towards your objective to engage the enemy. Okay, so hopefully that has been useful. Getting you to kind of understand the mini-map a little bit more. If you found it useful, hit the like button. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. I'll let the gameplay play out. Nothing particularly special from me at all, but this is one of the closest games of domination I've ever played. Because, well, I won't tell you the ending, but there we go. Anyway, I'll see you again soon.
Allied precision airstrike incoming. Beware. We're down. Enemy personal radar overhead. Reloading. Enemy at the destroyed building. We have 2 objectives. Take the third. Allied cluster strike incoming. Allied UAV overhead. Securing Alpha. Allies receiving airstrike in. Losing Bravo. You're needed at Bravo. Assist your team at A. We have taken the lead.